There have been an issue that of great concern to a lot of Belizeans living in diaspora, and that is the recent developments between Belize and Guatemala and the border. Can you give us, in a summarized way, what Belizeans should be concerned about regarding that issue?
Well, we should be concerned that, in fact, we did see some aggression on the part of the Guatemalans. However, that came about, that is disputed, of course, whether or not the territorial volunteers should have gone to plant the flag on Sarstoon Island. To me, that is neither here nor there, whether they were wrong or right. The fact that it created that situation where Guatemala clearly showed their hand should be of concern for all Belizeans, those living at home and those of us, or those of you who are living here abroad. Guatemala showed, in fact, in that moment, that they disregard certain things that we as Belizeans hold to be true, and that, in fact, they had agreed to in the past. And we should be concerned of the timing of this issue, particularly now, because we see, in fact, the turmoil that has developed in Guatemala. We've seen the president, in fact, be arrested for corruption. We see instability in Guatemala. And where that lies, we see that there is possibility for, as we would say in Creole, any number to play in Guatemala. And so we have to monitor and watch the situation very carefully. For us in the government, it does not mean, and it cannot mean, that we as Belizeans should aggressively go out to try to make a stance against the Guatemalan. Guatemala is a very powerful country relative to our little Belize. And while we can go up with all the patriotism in the world and all the best wishes in the world, we must use our position very wisely. In the opinion of the government, we need to do that as diplomatically as possible. We must use all channels of diplomacy where it is possible in order to try to bring about some solution to this issue. It does not signal any softness on the part of the government. It simply signals a smart way of doing things as opposed to doing things a bit crazily and a bit haphazardly that might produce the wrong results for us in Belize.
Do you believe that the policies that the government has pursued so far in relation to the Guatemalan issue is the best policies to pursue?
Well, I believe that, as I've said, diplomacy is the best way to do it as opposed to aggression. Can we do more? And could we do with the ideas of other people injecting and making suggestions? Yes. The government does not have a moratorium on the intelligence of how to handle this issue. And any government who does not listen to its people, including, I will add, those persons who may have ideas and concerns from the diaspora, or people who may not in fact be Belizeans at all and who can shed some light in terms of what has happened in other areas of the world that have territorial disputes. The government would be stupid not to listen to those concerns. But at the end of the day, after listening to those concerns, the government must make a decision. And so far, while I can't say without hearing, in fact, what are the things that are in the minds of everybody else, including those in the diaspora and those other experts, what I'm sure is that the government has not made a mistake in trying to approach the matter through a diplomatic means as opposed to moving in terms of being aggressive in our position to Guatemala.